All right, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to look at houses, what you can get for certain price points. We're going to do a few of these videos a month of what you can get for certain price points in certain neighborhoods. Today, we're going to start with Atascadero, of course, houses in the $800,000 range. And we're going to be looking back as far as December 2023. So this is basically a first 5 months of 2024. And if you're watching this more than 2 years from now, this might not be 100% accurate, but I'd wager a guess it's not going to be that much different. The types of houses that we have in Atascadero isn't going to change much. There's not a whole lot of building going on. So let's dive right in. I've got the MLS open here to a search criteria. Like to share what I found. It's pretty exciting. One of these houses I'm actually personally in escrow on, and we're excited to close escrow, renovate it, and move in. So the $800,000 range is, it's not an entry level house for most people, but it is a very high competitive market in this area, especially now with interest rates in the mid sixes to high sixes. The $750,000 to $850,000 range is definitely highly sought after. So let's dive right in and check out to see what I've found here. So we've got, let's see here, using my new platform here. All right, cool. Right on. Here we go. So we've got a list here of Atascadero. You can see ranging anywhere from high sevens to low eights. The common theme you're going to see with these homes is the square foot price. This top one's kind of an anomaly for different reasons. We can dive into that one. But generally, you're in the mid to high fours, a couple 500s, and high threes here and there. So let's start off by looking at this one right here on Choplin Avenue. This is listed at $815,000. It's an 1,800 square foot house with almost 1 acre lot. It's surrounded by trees. It's right here by the high school. So you can see it's going to be right down there. High school is right here. This is the football field. Baseball field's right here on the corner. So great proximity to downtown, about 2 minutes to traffic way in the 101. So about $815,000. 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,800 square feet, lots of open space. Not too bad of shape. Ready to move in. Maybe do some minor improvements, some painting, and maybe some flooring. But this one's about $450 a square foot. Definitely a contender there. Let's look at one that sold in December 23, just so you can kind of see even back in December when the market was sort of picking up a little bit as interest rates dropped. This one on Castano sold for $799,000. It sold for the list price. We've got a 6-bed, 3-bath, 2,100 square feet, about a third of an acre. Kind of an interesting home. Definitely an interesting home here. A little carport there, no garage, fully renovated, ready to move in. 6-bed, 3-bath. That's interesting. I haven't really looked into this one. Main house is 4 bedrooms. Guest house is 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. Oh, so you get a little ADU. That's awesome. So this house, typically a house that size with, might not go for $800,000, but this is also in a nice little family neighborhood down in Castano. So $799 back in December. That's pretty good sale there. Let's see if you're looking for something a little bit more, I would say newer. The Dove Creek neighborhood. This is a highly sought after neighborhood. This one actually sold below list price. Not too much, but slightly below list price. Dove Creek. This is one of the 2-story detached homes in Dove Creek. In Dove Creek you have townhouses or attached sort of like condo style. You have single family residences, both single story and 2-story. So this one, photos from the MLS. need a little updating maybe on paint. Maybe the flooring could be salvaged. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Cabinets look like they've been either painted or just well maintained with new counters since it was built. The Dove Creek homes were built in the early 2000s, before 2010. Definitely highly sought after family neighborhood. Very safe, awesome HOA. So here we are, Dove Creek, closing at $825. That's kind of the probably if anybody's looking in Dove Creek, I would say you're looking like 800 to 900,000 for most houses in Dove Creek. So that's a pretty cookie cutter. That one's on 46 days on the market. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Possibly because it was priced a little above, a little bit above market value. Let's look at a couple others, right? So we're on San Anselmo. This one is great. I like this one. This one I used to live in this neighborhood, and it had a long driveway offset off the road. in proximity here, you're right off the 101. If you know anything about Atascadero, In-N-Out Burgers right here. That's a popular spot. So you're right off San Anselmo, which can be a main thoroughfare, so that probably affected the price a little bit, being that San Anselmo is the main artery for this whole neighborhood here. But we're looking at, just slightly over ask price, $6,000 over ask price. 9 days on the market. That's a great sign right there. Totally great. That's awesome. Cool. Let's look at some photos here. So you're looking at a typical ranch home. This is like an Atascadero. A lot of California, you'll see these kind of ranch homes. Just great layout. Like I said, great proximity from the road. So even though it's a little bit of a busier road, you're secluded from the main, being right next to the traffic. Some great photos. This house is staged very well. It showed very well when it was listed. Like I said, I used to live right near here with the last house I sold. If you're following my videos, the last house I sold in that video series was right around the corner from here. Just a great spot. This is a great deal. Cheers to the sellers and the new buyers for sure. Built in 1973, 9 days on the market, $6,000 over ask price, 1,700 square feet, $460 a square foot, half an acre. I mean, this is like probably the ideal Atascadero property. Let's go through some more here. Maybe a couple more. Let's check out this one, Tranquilla Avenue. So this one is the curious one for selling at $779, 2-bed, 1-bath. Why? How did it sell for that? Not even a half an acre, 1959. Okay. Let's look at these plans. Backyard. There must be like an ADU, like plans, or there's room for an ADU or something. Let's see here. Pretty big yard. Oh yeah, pretty big yard. It's on sewer. So Tranquilla Avenue. If you know much about Atascadero, that area is commonly known to people that live on it, Spaghetti Hill, because all the streets are kind of just scattered about. So right here, all these streets here. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I used to live right here on Dolores, but all these streets right here outside downtown, you got the main park, Colony Park, fire stations right here, traffic way. This hill is commonly known as Spaghetti Hill because the streets don't make any sense how they got laid out. And some of the streets in Atascadero are not maintained by the city. Now, whether or not, there's rumors that developers got permission to build, but the city didn't annex the streets into the city maintained network of streets. One way or another, I'm not sure exactly why certain streets are not, but from what I heard, what makes the most sense is that there was building that was happening before the city was incorporated in the mid to late 70s that were built when it was still unincorporated county, and Atascadero Council, or whatever it was called at the time, didn't adopt them as city maintained streets, but they did allow the permits to build. So like Caicos Avenue down here is pretty much and Lobos are pretty bad shape. Parts of Tranquilla are kind of bad shape because the city doesn't pave them. So there's certain streets through here that are like that. On the plus side, a street like Tranquilla, Rosita, Lobos, Caicas, they're on sewer. Whereas if you go up here on Dolores, just half of Dolores is actually on septic. I know that where I used to live down here was on septic. There's a lot of houses on septic throughout this hillside. And so the ADU requirements under a certain amount of acreage is if you're on city sewer and you have a certain amount of acreage, then you can build an ADU per California guidelines. If you're on a septic and you're under an acre, then you're kind of out of luck. So, which is a big plus. So I'm guessing that's kind of what we're at. I can't really show you too much down there. It's kind of realtor information, but this is cool. Days on market 5, list price $779. Oh, this one's still active. Well, that's a big. That's why it hasn't closed yet. It was added on May 31st. So maybe that's why $779. We'll see how we'll track this one because I think this one's a pretty good. Location, and it'd be great for an ADU in the backyard, ample sized backyard, almost half an acre on city sewer. So remember that. That's the criterions in Atascadero. If it's under an acre, if you're on city sewer, you can have an ADU. All right. I want to look at a couple more here. This one's sold for under asking on Aragon, which is, you guessed it. Oh yeah, right over here. Over by the Salinas River off Cubarill. It's a nice area. Nice, like a lot of people have horses over here. A lot of people have bigger parcels. It's a little bit more bucolic through here on Sycamore Road. Sycamore becomes Cubarill Avenue. You've got Arroyo, Tampico, Aragon. How do you say it? Aragon. So this one sold for $65,000 under. Days on market 95. So it appears it finally sold for its market value after 3 months. But sometimes it's good if you're not in a rush to see what you can get. If you're the seller and you want to see what you can get, if there's a buyer out there within your realm, then go for it. So this home is 2,000 square feet, exactly 1 acre, 1972. Pretty nice house. Look at that. Look at that yard, man. That's awesome. Nice paved driveway. Very desirable location. Looks like a lot of neighbors that maintain their properties. That's always a plus. Not a lot of high weeds. This is looks like this picture's taking in the summertime. Everything's pretty dry. Oh, nice. Relatively, yeah, it's updated. Cool. I like that natural wood. I'm not always the first to poo-poo natural wood on cabinets. I'm a fan for sure if it's maintained well. Nice flooring. Let's see here. Just a nicely maintained standard ranch house. Oh, there we go. That's a nice. If I say nice enough, it's going to be even nicer. Okay, where's the money shot? I don't know about you, but I'm a big fan of what does the property look like. There we go. Because you can always change the paint and the counters and stuff like that inside the house. But what is the usable? I mean, look at that, 1 acre flat. So cool. Yeah, this one 90 days on the market, ended up selling for $800,000. You never know. There might have been some issue. Maybe there was like a pest issue, and there were some negotiations, some negotiations during the buyer's inspection period. Or perhaps it just ended up selling for market value in the end. But in the end, yeah, that's probably enough for today. Let's see. Well, maybe one more. Okay, San Gregorio. I remember seeing this one. This one's pending at $799 is the list price. So this one's going to be around directly at the $800,000 mark. Look, pending after 7 days. That's pretty cool. Good for the sellers. That's awesome. Good for the realtor, the sellers, everybody involved. When the house gets into escrow so quickly, it just shows that the house is ready to go and it fits someone's needs right away. That's awesome. So we're at $799. Let's look at some photos of this one. Kind of a unique kind of shed roof. I guess you'd call that a shed roof, where one side is more sloped or shorter slope than the other. Oh, cool. San Gregorio is a nice road. Looks like, oh yeah, I know where this house is. I think my friend's the neighbor. Okay, cool. Great views. This is quite a bit of ways up the hill. So you're kind of on the way up to where it meets up again with Balboa at the end, up on the west side. I don't know if that's called the Alturas, off Alturas, maybe Altos. What that neighborhood's called. Some people just call it, northwest side of Atascadero, across the in the hills. This one might be a little bit of a fixer. It looks like, yeah, we've got a little bit of a bleached flooring here from a big area rug. Back deck needs a little love, a little attention, a little wood brightener. Maybe updating the paint colors, the rug, the carpet. Expand that kitchen quite a bit. But what you're not seeing in these pictures is where this house is. So for $799, and you have enough in your budget to throw another $150,000 into the renovation, you are living at the top of the hills on the north end of town. I'm guessing you're about 8 minutes to the Del Rio Bridge to get over here to the new change, where they're putting a new grocery store here, put a new grocery store right here, the Valley Fresh Market, so pretty close right there on the Del Rio exit, kind of on the edge of the Padres, the La Santa Lucia, those Padres green space. But anyway, so $799. This one's probably not. If you're looking for a house that costs $800,000 and you're like ready to move in and you don't have a huge budget, this might not be a good example, because this house is probably worth $950 to maybe $1 million if it was completely ready to go, turnkey, probably closer to $1 million. So this one's a great fixer upper if your ultimate budget is closer to $1 million, which doesn't really fit our criteria for this video right now, but it came up there because the list price is there. So that being said, let's look at one more, since we're pretty much going through the whole list. I really love this road. I'm partial to Portola. These photos don't look like they're the best, but Karen and I, my wife and I, were married at the Portola Inn in 2017. So Portola Road's always been, important to me. Whenever I drive on it, I pass by the inn. It's good memories there for our wedding. This one is almost $500 per square foot, 1,600 square foot home. Little older, 1946. This is a probate listing, and it was 29 days on market as of today. It's back on market. So it was taken off the market for a while. Perhaps they did some repairs, or they tried to go back at it once the probate was a little further on. It does share here in the description that it was the rents have been bringing in about $4,100 a month. There's 2 homes on this property, so it's a great investment property if you're ready to step in and your budget's around $800,000. Fantastic opportunity to house hack your mortgage. What do I mean? If you're house hacking your mortgage, well, if you're adventurous and you don't mind having immediate neighbors like Karen and I, when we were first starting on our first couple homes, we did the Airbnb option to house hack our mortgage payments. On this one, you could buy this property if you're in the $800,000 range, and you can claim partial rent towards your mortgage payment. So that might even help your loan a little bit more. I might even flag this one and send it over to Harry at Equity Reach Mortgage to get some brainstorming numbers, where I can send it to some clients and see if it works for them. But you're basically in the $800,000 range. You're right here. I mean, you can't even get better than, okay, so right here, high school, boom, 2 minutes. Okay, you're over here. What did I say earlier? San Anselmo, In-N-Out Burger, freeway on-ramp, boom, 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 2 minutes maximum, maybe even less. I don't know. So you're up here in what you would consider, a little bit of a busier road, not as busy as, like, say, Traffic Way, but Portola Road can be a little bit busier, but you're surrounded by bigger properties, a little bit more country feel to it. So Portola Road's always been a really, to me, desirable area to live if you don't have the money for a big ranch out on the outskirts of town. Portola area is definitely still close to town, but you still get that feeling. All right, let's look at some photos here. Not the best photos orientation, but it does give us a good representation. So remember, this is main house here. Okay, main house interior. Nice. That's actually pretty good shape for a rental. It's been a rental. Okay, not bad. Oh, cool. Nice open floor plan. Looks like newer carpet. Yeah, it looks like newer carpet. Paint job doesn't look that well lived in, so that's nice. Okay, cool, awesome. Let's see here. There's the main house. Okay, not too many photos. There's no photos of the second house, which is unfortunate, but what's great about this is that you do get 2 homes, and if you do have rental income as soon as you move in, if you decided to if you decided to keep one side occupied and the other rented out. Anyway, that is pretty much it. I wanted to just share that here, and let's see here. So that's kind of fun. I was talking to a friend, and he's like, dude, you should just make videos where you're going through what's available where for how much money. And being that we have access as realtors to the MLS, it's a lot easier than searching Zillow. You can always search Zillow. You can always search Redfin. You can put in your search criteria. But what you get with asking a realtor for houses, send you houses that fit your criteria, and brainstorm and sit down and you can look at houses, is that you're not going to get on the you're not going to be sold. Your information's not going to be sold to other realtors that are looking for leads on Zillow or Redfin. I'm not going to get too much into it, but it's so much easier having just a direct contact to a realtor, whether or not that's the realtor that you've been using forever, or you're looking to hire a new realtor. For me personally, it's really fun to look at houses, and there's not always a lot currently right now, inventory-wise, on certain price ranges for sale in immediate areas. Obviously, we're just looking at Atascadero right now. And Atascadero being only 30,000 people, even when the market's popping, you're not going to have like 100 houses in this criteria like you would in San Diego, which you have like 15 neighborhoods to choose from. So in Atascadero, really narrowing down our search, it's going to be a lot more bang for your buck than, say, Templeton at $800,000. A lot more. So I hope this video was insightful. I'm going to do another one next week. And maybe we'll do a different price range. If there's like some houses that come on the market in Atascadero in a different price range over the weekend, being that it's the second week of June, we might start seeing some more listings popping off. Maybe I'll do another Atascadero one, or perhaps we can do Templeton Atascadero comparison for 800. Maybe that'd be fun. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for putting up the bare bones, unedited, jumping on the mic video today. Hope it was educational, and I hope you enjoyed looking at homes as much as I do. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.